I'm sorry, guys. I was just too busy signing my new contract because apparently everyone has one right now. Manchester City are dishing out contracts to pretty much anyone. That was a terrible joke. I apologise. But hello and welcome back to another video. I didn't get to do any videos yesterday because I was down in London until pretty late. And time I got back, I was pretty tired because I was up at 5:30. And of course, everything went absolutely crazy yesterday. Of course it did. Of course, the one moment when I'm actually away from my desk, Manchester City go a bit wild, but it doesn't stop. It never stops in this Burt train, this ongoing extension train where Manchester City players are apparently signing new contracts left, right and centre. And apparently me, according to that little skit at the start of this video, no, I'm not actually signed a contract with Man City. Though I'm pretty decent, Pep. Give me a go left back, man. I've scored a few goals before. We're here today to talk about Oscar Bobb and Joshua Wilson-Esbrand, and of course it will spill a little bit into the James McAtee news, and it'll spill a little bit into the Bernardo hype and rumours. It will spill a little bit into Joao Cancelo and possibly Haaland, Pep Guardiola and everyone else that we can possibly think about. There's contracts for everyone. You have one. You have a contract. And another. Who wants a contract? Do you want a contract? It's good to see so many people here already. Please don't forget to do me a massive favour. Please, I'm looking for my phone just because I got a sense it's going to ring. Please do hit the subscribe button, the like button if you don't mind. Let me have a look. What I'm up to subscribers wise, that is not up to date on the screen right now. That should say that. So I only need 131 more subscribers to get to 60,000. So if you're watching this right now, please be the one to get me to 60,000. Hit that subscribe button and let's get this video to, like, I don't know, 1,000 likes or something like that. Do it for the academy players. So this is good news. More good news. Wilson-Esbrand, a fantastic young player, has signed his contract until 2027, and Oscar Bobb until 2026, which is quite impressive actually. I'm going to be really honest, brutally honest. I did not expect whatsoever Joshua Wilson-Esbrand to extend. I thought he was going to leave because he only had a few months left. Oscar Bobb, I was expecting a contract extension, but I'm very happy about it. Hello to everyone as well in the chat, by the way. Who we got here? We got the Dragon of Chico, which sounds like a Pixar film I want to watch, if I'm being honest. We got Akib, we got Ali Season, Sean, hello Sean, my friend, Colby, Hamza, Abid, James, Laurie as well, Solo. Who else? We got Luke, Jonathan, James, Horace, Izzy, Ronil, and Omar as well. But it's good news, isn't it? It's good news, this. Basically, City have gone a little bit crazy. You thought the transfer window was exciting. Now, you ain't seen nothing yet. The last couple of days have been really good for Manchester City Football Club. It's been nothing but positivity. And I can't even begin to imagine how that feels for our rivals. We're signing on the 31st. We signed Julian Alvarez, one of the best young forwards in world football. And then we tied down possibly the best fullback in world football in Joao Cancelo. And then the rumours start that Bernardo Silva could be looking for a new contract. And then one of the best young attacking midfielders in the country, in James McAtee, signs a new contract. Then Haaland rumours start to ignite and people start to speculate about Pep Guardiola. And today, two fantastic young players sign a contract as well. And we also got some rumours earlier as well about Ilkay Gundogan potentially being discussions. So it's all very good. It's all very good and it's all very exciting. Let's jump over to mancity.com. I'll get over there now and we can have a read of this. So here we go. We're on City's website right now and it's obviously got about new contracts for Wilson-Esbrand and Bobb there. There's Joshua looking very... He doesn't look that happy, but you know what he's like when you're young and you want to look all really cool and all that. I never used to smile for photos. I was like... But I can guarantee you he's very happy with a 2027 extension. I'll give this a read and, of course, go over to mancity.com to read more information. Wilson-Esbrand has signed a new 5-year contract at Manchester City. The 19-year-old left-back who made his first team debut early this season, has had his progress rewarded with a deal that keeps him at the club until the summer of 2027. Goes on to say how he made his debut against Wickham, and he was very good in that game as well. Got an assist, of course, with Mahrez, and Wilson's a fantastic young player, 19 years old right now. I think he's not 20 until December, possibly this year, so he's only young still. And of course, as well, Oscar Bobb. Let me scroll through. Oscar Bobb is also signed. The 18-year-old forward has agreed a deal which runs until the summer of 2026. Comfortable playing as a striker or out wide, Bobb is a Norwegian youth international. He joined the club ahead of the 2019-20 season. He's been really good this season as well. He scored 5 goals and provided 2 Premier League to 9 assists in 18 games for the EDS. Premier League 2 high 9 assists. I think it's the most assists in the league, actually, which is really, really impressive when you think about it. And I'm very happy for him. I'm really, really happy for him. Omar, you absolute legend. Omar's gone big with a $4.99 there. Thank you so much for the super chat, Omar. Where are you, man? Omar, my friend, says, yes, the club is doing incredible stuff. Like Omar's doing incredible things with the super chat as well. Get Pepe in the bag, and I don't even care if we get Haaland. Trust the club to do the right thing. Yeah, I'll get onto all that stuff in a minute, Omar, and I'll bounce off that in a second. But you're right, Pep, for me, is always, he's the one. Pep is as big as signing Messi. He's as big as signing Ronaldo. He's big as signing Haaland. He's bigger signing anyone. He's bigger, in my opinion, because he is the glue that knits it all together. You can have great players and do nothing. I look at PSG. You can have great players, you can sign a bunch of players like United have done and do nothing, but you need that one guy, and it's always about Guardiola. But let's talk a little bit about, of course, these young players. Wilson-Esbrand, I thought he was fantastic against Wickham. He's been on the bench a few times here and there. There was some suggestions that he might be looking to move, which would have been a shame. It would have been a massive shame. But thankfully, he's hung around, man. He signed that new contract until 2027. I don't know what the future holds for him. He's a very good young attacking player. He's been playing a bit on the wing as well for the EDS. He's got an awful lot of potential, and I like him, man. I like him a lot. He's a good player. Someone just said the guy next to him looks like Craig Burley. It's what's he called? Jason Wilcox, the ex Burnley Blackburn winger, Premier League winning Blackburn winger, head of the academy. It's Jason Wilcox, good player back in his day in the 90s. But yeah, Wilson-Esbrand, I'm really excited for this because I think he's been really good. And to be honest, he's got a little bit to learn still, but you know, he's a really good footballer, He gets well really nicely, a bit of pace to him, a little bit of strength. Had a really bad injury kept him out for a whole season, and this year he's got back into the team after his injuries, and of course made his debut and been impressive. So yeah, I mean, if I was him, I would definitely hang around because City might sign a fullback, but still, that's no guarantee, you know, that he won't get an opportunity at some point. He might go on loan next season or something like that. I don't know, but he has been around the first team and he has impressed, and he's training every week with the first team, often on the bench as well, and that is really, really important for a young player at this stage of his development to train alongside the likes of Cancelo and Walker. Then of course Guardiola coaching you, playing with great midfielders, forwards, defenders, goalkeepers. He's a fantastic young talent, and this is where he should be. And you know what? FaZe Hasnell, another legend there with the super chat. Thank you so much, mate. Says, Oscar Bobb has been amazing this season. And you know what? No cap, man. No cap. I'm not down with the kids and all that kind of stuff, but you're not fucking lying, mate. You are not lying indeed. Oscar Bobb, I think, has been utterly deserving of his debut. Hopefully he'll get it pretty soon. He was on the bench. He's been very close, but he has been amazing this season. I thought he always looked really good since he's joined, but he stepped up a little bit. He looks more physical. He's a really intelligent player, really skillful. Technically, he's what you'd expect from a Manchester City U player. Do you remember when McAtee came on and Gary Neville joked about them all being clones? It would be the same comment if you saw Oscar Bobb in the first team. He's another with just loads of talent. Will he get his chance? I don't really know because it's so difficult with Palmer, McAtee, and everyone else trying to make it through, and Keiki as well, and so on. But Oscar Bobb, in my opinion, after McAtee, has probably been the best attacker in the EDS, and that's including the likes of, Keiki as well. I think he's been fantastic, Oscar Bobb. As a false nine, or as an attacking midfielder, or as a right winger, I've got an awful lot of time for him. He reminds me stylistically of how, say, David Silva used to play when he was a winger. Do you remember David Silva used to play on the right for Spain and cut in every now and then? That's how he reminds me in terms of he's a playmaking winger, if that makes sense. Not just a guy who cuts in and scores goals, but he can do, but he also likes to make things happen. And FaZe is absolutely right. He has been fantastic, mate. He really, really has. So I'm very happy about that. I'm really happy about both of these bits of news. I didn't get to go on yesterday, of course, and chat about all the news. I didn't get to chat about McAtee. I'm going to record a separate video this afternoon about McAtee because McAtee, I mean, briefly, it's really good. But I've got some very strong opinions about the McAtee transfer that I want to talk about later. So I'm going to record, a video about McAtee later on. So if you can be patient about that, that'd be really appreciated. And of course, as well, Joao Cancelo the other day. I was just in the middle of something when Joao Cancelo happened, couldn't get it done. Cancelo signing is wonderful news, of course. And then, of course, the Haaland situation. The Haaland rumours popped off yesterday due to an in the know over on Blue Moon Forum, who I've spoken to before. Told me he's a nice bloke, a really nice bloke. And I've got an awful lot of time for him. Genuinely an awful lot of time for him. I don't believe at any point he would mislead Manchester City fans. Look, you've got to bear in mind, people hear things. I've heard things in the past not on this, by the way. I know absolutely nothing about Haaland. But every now and then you do hear things, and it doesn't mean someone, look at that little head there!
I've just been doing this for the past minute, trying to get your attention.
What, in the background?
Yeah.
Did anyone else know they're there? Or was it just me? I didn't notice. The wife's in the background there. She's just got in from work. Rogue, wild Nicola appeared. Critical damage. But yeah, told me I have no doubt to say. I've got no doubt that he's telling the truth in terms of his belief of the information. You don't have to believe that it's going to come true, because football is so fickle. It's so hard to know exactly what's going to happen. But you know, it's wonderful. I believe him. You scared people, Nicola. Sorry, Kerry. Sorry, Luke. I mean, I have to live with this woman. You know what I mean? I have to live with this woman. I married her. I put a ring on. Well, she put a ring on me. I put a ring on her. What am I doing, man? One day, oh God, one day I'll have a family probably with this woman. One day, you know what I mean? I imagine the chaos in this place. It's gonna be mad. Anyway, enough about my wife. Apologies that she's scared. And by the way, anyone joining right now, please do hit the subscribe button. As I said, I'm only like 100 off, really. It'd be massively appreciated if you don't mind. I'm only like 100 off. 100 off subscribers or something like that. Let's get the likes up to, at least get to 100 likes during this video. And the pre-recorded one, I want 1,000. So let's get the likes up. Come on, you can all do it. But yeah, I believe that Ptolemy is passing it on in good faith. What I would always say is that you got to bear in mind that young players are always close to signing. A deal can be agreed verbally, but unless the contract is signed, nothing's going to happen. I don't know if it is signed or not, but I would presume we're at the bit where if it's true, what you said, you've gone, yeah, we want to play. Now let's get it all sorted. Which is obviously the yes is huge, but it's what that yes means. Yes, I've signed a contract. Yes, I want to play for City. Yes, I agree to those terms. Yes, I think your offer's better. And I do agree with what guys just said. I've known Ptolemy for years. I personally do know him. I've only chatted online, but he's always a bit vague, but this was very definitive about it. I think maybe he's a City fan as well. He got very giddy. Either way, I found it really interesting last night that some stuff was coming out about Real Madrid and them trying to distance themselves as well from the transfer, potentially saying that City would offer more money. Usually when you hear this kind of stuff, it's because the club are briefing journalists as an excuse of why they haven't got someone. Now, what makes you think, as well, of all this news coming out, maybe, as Buster's just pointed out in the comments, maybe Pep is signing an extension. I think Pep will sign. This is just my guess. This is not informed or anything like that, but I reckon I need this t-shirt here. Prem soon come. Getting in the merch, by the way, you can go for it. I think he needs Pep soon sign instead, I reckon it's going to happen. I reckon I need that. So I reckon Pep will sign an extension. I do think it'll happen. It's just a guess. It's just a vibe. You get a sense. You get a feel. With the Bernardo rumours as well, the McAtee signing as well, and then obviously Cancelo signing, and then the Haaland rumours coming out. These players, I agree, aren't extending for Pep to leave. Izzy's absolutely spot on, man. I actually reckon he will sign. I think he wants to do 10 years here. I think 10 years is such a fantastic number. I think he's happy here. And I think as well, you've got to bear in mind that if I know anything about a person like Pep Guardiola, is that you don't like to see a project unfinished. Guardiola will look at all these young players coming through in these signings and he'll be like, I like it here. I want to turn these young players into stars. I want to get these academy players into stars. I want to be the one who turns Phil Foden into an actual superstar and gets Diaz into a superstar. And I want to be the guy who gets a statue, man. Guardiola, you got to bear in mind, is an insane egotist. And he's at a club, if we're being brutally honest, and this is not a criticism of Manchester City, we are not a club like Barcelona or Bayern Munich where, they had a lot more prestigious history. And I don't mean history in the sense of history because you know what I'm getting at. They've had, they've been in the Champions League and all this kind of stuff and they've won loads more titles and they have always been seen as a lot more glamorous than Manchester City. So Manchester City are a club very much on the up in terms of that. We've got a great history. We haven't got a glamorous one, but I'm proud of that for what it means. But you know what I'm getting at. And I guess what I'm trying to imply is that Guardiola could look at a club like Manchester City and go, I'm going to be the one to really put the stamp on this club. I could be the one that has a stand named after him. I could be the one that has a statue because they've got space for a statue potentially, I think Guardiola's ego could look at this and go, I could be a genuine legend of this club. I could be the one that they talk about forever. He's got a chance to make a stamp. It's a lot harder to make a stamp, I guess, is what I'm implying, given, the likes, the people like the history of those two clubs. It's harder to make that stamp on Bayern and Barca because, they've had a lot more legends of the game than we have, if we're being totally honest, Exactly, as Ham said, he could be our Fergie and Wenger. And as Guy said, he's already worthy of a statue potentially. Yeah, he's by far our best ever manager. I think he wants a legacy, is what I'm getting at. He's probably got a legacy, but I think he wants a bigger legacy. I think he wants a legacy in the Premier League. Apparently, it's always been known that Guardiola admires Ferguson as well. Like, he admires what Ferguson brought. He's that brought to United, that longevity, and the criticism of all. Remember, the criticism was Pep only stays for 3 seasons. He goes, he'll be gone eventually. He's about to do 7 seasons. You'll probably end up doing 10. That is wonderful, and that's kind of died down. It's gone quiet. As Simon said, we are sustainable. We are sustainable. A lot of teams are dinosaurs, and genuinely, but Manchester City aren't. Jay used to say, he said on Twitter, fans were saying the league would be over if we signed Haaland, Pep. Do you agree? Yeah, of course I do. Like, I was filming with he was filming with Rory and Flex and Addy, a guy from TalkSport, he's a Liverpool fan. You saw Chelsea, Liverpool, and United fan, and they were like, "Oh, I can't even. Like, it's not even fair." That's what they were saying if it was to happen, because I was talking about the Haaland rumours to them, and like, it's not even fair. What can we even do? It's almost like their attitude for one of them was like, "We just have to wait until Pep goes, and then maybe we've got a chance." And I love that. I do love it. But yeah, basically. Yeah, everyone's talking about Fergie, but I'm not on about Fergie's ability. I think he's a legend for what it's worth. I can't stand the guy, but I'm on about the legacy. Ferguson's got an incredible legacy. Of course he does. And he owned the Premier League. And that's what I think Guardiola wants to do that too. So I guess I think it'll happen. I think all these players extending is because I think Guardiola is going to extend. And of course, we've got Wilson-Esbrand today. We've got Oscar Bobb. And who knows who it's going to be after that. I don't know, but I think we're in a very good time here. I think an incredible time. Enjoy the ride. Enjoy the rumours. Enjoy the nonsense. Enjoy this brilliance that Manchester City are right now. Manchester City are the best run club in world football. Even with the money that we've got, we are still an incredibly well-run club. Procession planning, the academy, the facilities, the planning with Guardiola, the signings that we make that aren't always these 100 million superstars. They are the ones just a tier below that everyone writes off, that everyone tells us aren't that good, and before you know it, you've got Rodri pretending he's the best defensive midfielder in the world. You've got Cancelo going from being a good fullback to a world-class fullback. You've got Alvarez coming in after we sell Ferran Torres at 50 million. After we got Ferran Torres at 20 after Sane went. We made some mistakes in the past, but we don't make as many as everyone else, and that is the best thing about this club. I absolutely love it. You've really, really got to get on the hype train. You've got to stay there as well. Strap yourself in, because it's only going to go further and further and further. So that's what I love about it. Hello to Sean. Hello to Mojis. I'm sorry, but I mean every word I'm saying. This Manchester City side, we're lucky. You can have money if you want to, but money does not mean anything without nous, without commitment, without planning. And this Manchester City side, we don't mess it up. We don't mess it up. That's what I love about it. That's what I love about it. We're just getting going. We're just getting started. I've got a feeling, I'm picturing a vision here. I'm picturing a scenario where in the summer of this month, we're looking at Alvarez arriving, Haaland potentially arriving, Guardiola signed a new contract, Bernardo signed a new contract, and our rivals are sat there feeling, what is the fucking point? And they look at themselves and go, maybe there isn't. Maybe we're just playing for second best here. And I love that. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it's possible. What more could you possibly want? Come on, City. Come on, City. I'm buzzing. I'm genuinely in a really good mood from it. And there's loads of players as well. Yeah, Bernardo, Rodri, Mahrez. That would be great stuff. That would be great. I mean, what do you think about Gundo potentially signing? That's a good question, Guy. Do you know what? He might sign. At the same time, I agree. If he doesn't extend, he also might decide to go back to Germany or something like that. Maybe he goes to Barcelona for a year and plays in Spain, because I wouldn't blame him that. I'm sort of relaxed as well. I want him to extend, of course, but, if McAtee and Palmer start to develop, we've got other players that can come through. I'm sort of okay with it. Let's see what happens. Let's see what it happens. Guardiola, we've got Guardiola indeed, Sean. So, it's all very exciting. It's all very exciting. It's all wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. I love it all. I love it all. Guys, I'm going to go and see the wife. Thank you for watching this video. Please do hit the subscribe button. I'm going to go live again later, probably to chat about Haaland. I might even record a video as well in a minute about McAtee. I literally need 100 more subs or something like that. Let's have a look. Where am I at now? I need 138 more subs. You can do it. You can do it, guys. 138 more subs. If you're watching this video now as a Manchester City fan, I tell you what, support the channel if you don't mind. It really does mean the world. You're all star. You're all wonderful. I'll catch you later. I'm going to go and do another video in a minute. A recording McAtee to camera piece. And I'll catch you later on for another live stream, potentially. For now, though, have a wonderful day. What a wonderful time to be a Blue. You're absolutely awesome. See you all later, guys, in a bit.